Howdy folks, Joseph here with the Gamermancy team, and we're here to walk you through the campaign maps so that you understand what they mean and how they're going to change from week to week. We're going to do that by covering three parts. The first part is how to read a tile. That way you know what you're looking at. The second part, we're going to talk about the campaign map arrows and where they come from. And the third and final part in this video, we're going to talk about the end of week results and how the maps are going to change from week to week. Well, let's get started with part 1, and how to read a tile. So in the Inquisition War campaign, we have a total of 5 factions. Each faction is designated by a different color. Ordo Hereticus in red, Ordo Xenos in yellow, Ordo Malus in blue, the Cult of the Old Ones are green, and the Rogues and Corsairs in purple. If we take a closer look at tile KV11, we'll actually see the 3 key places where you can notice the color of the controlling faction. The first area is the border. If you look around the outside of the tile itself, you'll see the bright green border letting you know that this tile is controlled by the Cult of the Old Ones. You'll also see green around the symbol in the middle of the tile and listed on the region value. All 3 of these things let you know the color of the controlling faction. Earlier you heard me mention the tile number, KV11. That's the specific number for the tile we're looking at right now. You can see it listed across the top of the tile. This is always shown in red. The tile numbers are primarily used by War Masters to designate their target priority. At the bottom of the tile, you'll notice its region value. This shows how difficult a particular tile is to take. A lot of things can affect a region's value. The ones you'll see most often are either it has a facility placed on it, that's the symbol in the middle, or it's near a shield generator. And the last thing you need to know about reading a tile are the symbols in the middle. The symbols in the middle let the players know that this section of the planet either has a valuable facility or a landing zone on it. We have a total of 6 facilities in the Inquisition War. They are the Command Bastion, the Stronghold, Manufactorum, Comm Center, Shield Generators, and Spaceports. Now let's take a closer look at each one. First up we have the Command Bastion. A Command Bastion allows an army to be better prepared for battle and to organize special training and equipment to be issued to its troops. A player that uses a custom hero in battle gains an additional 10 experience points for each bastion that the faction controls on this particular battlefield. Next we have Strongholds. Strongholds are critical to the success of any faction. A faction earns an additional 5 campaign points every turn for each stronghold they control. Manufactorums produce the materials needed to arm and equip additional troops for any faction. Similar to Strongholds, a faction earns 1 CP every turn for each Manufactorum they control. Comm Centers allow the controlling faction to make an orbital strike against any enemy tile on the same battlefield. When using an orbital strike, the targeted tile reduces its region value by 1, thus making it easier to capture. The primary function of the shield generator is to protect the regions adjacent to it. Any region that is adjacent to a shield generator has already had its region value increased by 1. You can see this on the map. Spaceports allow armies to travel freely between battlefields. This means a faction controlling a spaceport can attempt to conquer tiles adjacent to any spaceport on any battlefield. The last symbol is the landing zone. If a faction does not control any tiles on a battlefield, it may attempt to conquer the landing zone. If successful, on following turns, the faction can expand from the landing zone as normal. That's all we have for part 1, and how to read a tile. I hope this section has helped explain the wealth of information that can be found on each individual tile.